walking around. I'm gonna start dropping down. I dropped my swamper out. He's gonna be on foot. You'll tie into him.
Okay, I'm making my way up there.
We have a public assist off of Sullivan Road in 29. It's just moving.
Well, welcome back. I'm up on Highway 38. I'm right above the ranger station. I don't know if you can see it. About center of the picture, it's making a run. The fire's making a run down. It's getting close to Highway 38. Up there by Killcare Road. Oh, you can see the big flame. Let me see. So there was huge flames up there. I think they just did a drop on it because I heard it sound like a heavy lift. But about the center of the picture there, you'll see flames up on the top of the ridge to the kind of in the center. Not that big the ridge coming in from the left. It's that back further ridge, which is on fire. But it's coming down low. You see the smoke down low. I don't know if you can see. But it's getting ready to be game on up here for the try and keep it from jumping Highway 38. Tonight's going to be for sure. What are we at 4 o'clock? Yeah, it may be dark before it hits center, but we're starting to see big flame, which is the big trees, the old timber burning up there. And I just heard sound like one of the CH-47s go over. That may have been what knocked down the big flames up there on top. They may have done a drop it there to try and knock that down. But I'm trying to look at the picture here with you to see if you can see that. It'll flare back up here. It's really churning up in there. And that I think it's Mount Home Creek drainage is where that's heading toward Lock 11. There's another big plume over by Lock 11, the header going up over there. It's kind of gone around Lock 11, part of it. This part's trying to come down, making a run at Killcare Road. They've got crew buses up there and Cal Fire Strike Team. There's a bunch of equipment up in front of us. There's Eddie. I don't know if you guys will. Eddie Neary from Beaumont News Service came over. I haven't seen Eddie in a while. He's working for KESQ Palm Springs. I didn't know he'd been out there. He said he won an Emmy for it's been a couple years since I've seen Eddie. He won, but I talked to him on the social media, but in person, he won an Emmy for the Tropical Storm Hillary coverage. I did not know that. Congratulations, Eddie. He's their basically field engineer. He does the camera work, and there's a reporter. I think it was a female that was with him. No, I think it was a male guy. Usually they're paired up. The engineer does the camera and sound, video, and then he broadcasts it, and then the reporter does the reporting. Eddie Neary from Beaumont News Service. Eddie's moving up, man. He won an Emmy. That's big time. Some guys never even get close to an Emmy. And I think Eddie's still pretty young. Eddie's 30-ish. But anyway, Morton Peak's over there. The fire is burned around. Let me look at my binoculars here and see if Morton Peak is still standing. Morton Peak is, because the fire burned all around it. Oh. Well, it looks like it's still standing. The fire is on the east side of Morton Peak now, on this side of the slope. There's active fire there, and then it's burning down on this side, the south slope of right below Morton Peak. I can crank this over there. I think you can see it. See up. Let's see, where's the power lines? The tower is about 12 o'clock, right center of the. I don't know if you can see the little structure up there. The lookout tower. That's still standing. I mean, it's covered up in smoke, but it's still up there. This is going to be. They had a lightning strike in Onyx Peak, and they went up. That was about an hour ago, 2 hours ago. They had to divert a couple of helicopters up there to deal with that, and I think they came back to here. And actually, I got my radar. I should look at my radar. I can see. You can follow them on Flight Radar 24. That's an app. Oh, let me get my app pulled up here. I can see. I was doing something else. I didn't get a chance to look at what went over us. Oh man, they got a bunch of them over here. They're over by Running Spring. God, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 working over at wow. See how many are tankers. Actually, only looks like a couple. Get out of here. I hate these ads. Get out of your ads. What the heck? How did I get into Pinterest? I was looking at YouTube. Jesus. I was looking at Flight Tracker. Somehow I got hijacked into Pinterest. Oh, come on, get it out there. Oh, this is ridiculous. I hate this. You hit the wrong stupid button. Next thing you know, you're got stuff popping up everywhere. Yeah, there's nothing over above us now, but something definitely went over. It sounded like the CH-47. But all the let's see, the Sikorsky is over by Running Springs. They're working west of Running Springs, west of 330, kind of like over where Sky Forest is. They're trying to keep that fire's trying to get up slope west of Running Springs. It's trying to get up slope over there by Heaps Peak and Sky Forest. It's trying to get up there and jump Highway 18. So they're working on that over there. Let me see if this is our guy. No, that's not our guy. I don't know where that, whatever went over, he may have landed. Yeah, the Sikorsky's over there. I can't go live up there. First 5 for you. I'm not sure what you mean. I can't go up live because I lose my signal just about a half mile up the canyon. And you really can't see much. This is actually the best view right now, I think it is, to see the flames up high. I'm uploading video from over there by Killcare Road. You can see it. It's getting down lower. Getting down there by Killcare Road, where people park and walk down to the creek there, up a higher part, the Killcare, where they put the boulders in. That's Killcare Road, kind of like above Mount Home Village. Just as you get past the village, there's that Killcare Road. It's got like a little spur road that goes down toward the creek, and because of all the double parking and litter and trash in the place, they put boulders in there where you can't park in there now, down low. You got to park up on the highway and walk down. My new subscriber. Oh, first live for you. Sorry, I thought it said 5. Sorry, Joe. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. This is the line fire. This is the east flank. I'm at Highway 38, just above the ranger station. All the media is behind me. There must be a lot of the media has shifted over here. I saw them up a canyon. They had a satellite truck even. That's probably national news that they're broadcasting with. And these guys behind me, like they're Eddie's with Palm Springs, KESQ. There's Channel 5 behind me. they're in the parking lot here at the ranger station. Because this is where it's going to happen here tonight. This is going to be one of the bigger battles to keep it. If it jumps Highway 38 or it gets up there by running Angeles Oaks, they're all evacuated, which is good because this, don't know what's going to happen. We had some rain. I didn't hear any lightning. We had a little bit of rain. It would spit rain, then stop, then spit rain. It's not the big lightning storm like we had the past couple days. But this was blowing up big enough to where, it creates its own weather. What they call it, pyrocumulus. It was getting that way when I came up here about 2 hours ago. Huge black cloud. Yeah, you get thunder? Yeah, I haven't heard any thunder or heard any lightning. How's it look? It doesn't look good in person. It's the flames have died down. There was huge flames up there. I posted a couple pictures on our Facebook group, Redlands Buzz and Local Area News. There's a daily thread for the fire. I posted a couple pictures of big flames. Yeah, they're probably 70, 100-foot flames. But they're way up on that ridge. They look tiny from here, but you look at them with binoculars and you can see they're huge flames. Because all of a sudden all that died. Let me look at it real quick with the binoculars. All that big flame is suddenly, either that or it's behind the smoke. Yeah, it's getting so black in there you can't see the back ridge. Kind of a wait and sit, and I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, and I can go up and shoot some more video. That guy's radio sounds terrible. Something wrong with that radio. V26. They're talking on V26, VTAC 26, and VTAC 23. You got to be pretty close. That's a VHF simplex channel. That's usually what they use on the handhelds. You got to be pretty close to hear that. That's in like the 150 range. VHF. If you're a nerd, got a scanner going, and they're talking on the forestry. You're welcome, Nikki. Yeah, the Kaipa, it's a little windy down here, a little bit. Well, it's kind of laid down now. It's not as windy as it was. The rain was up in Forest Falls. We had lunch there. A couple of buddies had lunch in Forest Falls. And it kind of spit rain for a little bit, then stopped and spit rain. It wasn't heavy. But it was blue sky to the east. This is kind of getting real dark over here now. What else? There was something else about. Oh, they've got 2 or 3 fires going on in SoCal, so they're getting really stretched thin on air support. Yeah, it's kind of gusts of wind here now. See the wind? I don't know if you can see this wind. These trees right here. It kind of comes and goes. That's what they don't want with the cold front that's coming in tomorrow. Oh boy, we get even more fires. Thanks, Druso. Yeah, it looks like 2 more fires. Yeah, with this, it's the last thing they need, because every fire pulls resources from here. When it first started, I think this was the only fire around here, and then that bridge fire kicked off. Camp Pendleton, I think, was the other one. And now 2 more, so they're really hurt. Because I heard them call, and they were asking for more air attack, but there's nothing there. they kind of prioritize it, structers, life threat. They try and prioritize where they can get their most bang for the buck. Most bang and also the most, I guess, life threat, the homes, structure protection. Hey, Aaron. I'm sitting here at Highway 38. I'm just above Bryant, the ranger station.
Yeah. LPS Dozer 3 got an hold of them. They're on downtime. They got the message. They're heading up and they're making the move.
Copy that. Also, I'm here in Snow Valley. I don't know where you're at.
Yeah, I ran up Keller Peak. I'll be en route right now. It's probably 20 minutes. Hang out.
They were working. They did airdrops here last night. The night train crew, the night vision. So they had a couple CH-47s. Then they were over. They're working that northwest flank over by Running Springs, west of Running Springs northwest. They have fires trying to. If you watch my drive video where I went up 3030, the fire's on the west side, and it's trying to get up that slope there below Sky Forest, where Heaps Peak is. What else is in there? Sky Forest. The dump is over there. It's trying to climb that slope over there, and they're really working that. The sky crane's over there. They're trying to keep it from getting up. That's Highway 18. If it gets over Highway 18, then it's into Lake Arrowhead, Cedar Glen. So they're trying not to let that come up the slope. I haven't seen what wind is. The airport was saying 220 at 10.
Just wondering if he wants that dozer line you guys are pushing. There's that section that needs to be cut with hand line. Is that his thought?
Stand by, break. The section down below us, are you thinking you're going to want to put crews in there in the next couple days if we have time buying this? Unless you can get over there and maybe push it. Yeah, I think we can do the dominant ridges, and then, it might buy some time to get crews in there the next couple days. Break. Union, yeah, that's affirmative. If we can get crews in here and if this does hold, it's a viable option.
Copy, thank you.
I believe that's the crews up in front of me here. They're, I haven't seen, there was a couple dozers in here last night up on Ukaipa Ridge here. On my right is Ukaipa Ridge. It goes over above, Ukaipa and Oak Glen. There was 2 dozers here last night about 8 o'clock that cut up, looked like an old fire break. They were refreshing it. But there are trailers up there, low boys, that have dumped off dozers. Hi, Debbie. The forest net is 172.2250. VTAC 26 and VTAC 23. You got to be really close to them because it's usually handhelds are on. Those are 150. You'd have to look it up. I don't have my frequency list. I got the one memorized, but. Oh wait, did I save that? I think I saved it. Hold on a second. It's the phone I'm broadcasting on. I got a couple phones. If you look up, just Google nationwide fire VTAC 23, VTAC 26. It's like 153 point something.
103.97.
Yeah, Debbie, if it's looking like 38 is going to be a problem here in another couple hours, and they'll probably have to shut it down completely until it burns across. If it burns across, just letting you know.
Can you back up right there? There's an oak on the edge of the line. It's got some fire in it. We can get that pushed down.
Aaron, the sky crane's dipping in Papoose Lake. That is the lake just to the right of Lake Arrowhead. That little, they call it a lake, but it's more of a big pond. Right there by Hook Creek Road. If you go past Hook Creek Road, if you're coming in from the south, Jensen's, you go by Jensen's, Hook Creek, and as you cross by the marina on the right is that it's a fenced in like big pond. That's where they're jipping. That's where that one's jipping. The one last night that we were fighting here, they were jipping at Seven Oaks Dam, just over the hill here, over to Seven Oaks, and then back right here. There was 2 CH-47s that were night vision qualified. They were dumping here, and they were here earlier. They got, I think one or two of them got diverted up to Onyx Peak for a lightning strike, and they came back. But right now, there's nothing over here. What's he pointing at? Oh, yeah, it's getting down low. Whoa, it's down low on the slope over here, like above Newport Avenue. Yeah, that's the lowest smoke I've seen. That's about a halfway, 2/3 the way down the ridge. Yeah, it's making it. Right now the wind is, it should be upslope. Looking at it, yeah, the wind's upslope. Though as the air heats up in the day, the air goes up the slope. When it cools at night, 6 o'clock, it'll reverse and go down the slope. The sun heats it up, and so right now, yeah, it's backing in. It's backing down the slope over here above Newport Avenue.
San Bernardino, fishing stuff.
There's homes over there too. Not many, but there's 20 maybe homes over there. Big like ranches. Yeah, there was fire.
I got some more for you guys out here when you're done with that. You want to come look at it?
Oh,
It's on the 12 road, the 1-inch 12. I'm out the 1-inch 12 road. You run right in.
Jesus.
The store there.
That channel nasty. VTech 26 is nasty. I don't know if it's that guy's radio. It seems like it's that one radio. I don't know if they can hear him. But whenever he keys up, it sounds like a lot of interference or intermod. Yeah, I can see the Morton lookout tower now. It's still standing. It burned all around it. Yeah, the big pine tree next to it and the tower is still up there. It's burned around, let's see, at least 3/4 of the way around Morton Peak. It's a fire lookout tower up there. I think it used to be, I don't know if they still do it, you can get a reservation, you can spend the night in there. You can go up and actually camp in the lookout. It's a lot of ladder to get up there, I remember that. Because I was a little younger when I climbed up it. But there was fire about center of the picture you have there. There was some big fire. They seem to have knocked it down, or we just can't see it because of the smoke. There's smaller fire. Let's see if I can see through that smoke. Yeah, I can't really. If you know where the road is to go up to Morton Peak, that little vista, they call it Vista Lookout, the big turnout where people that party at the creek, they go down and they park there. That's where CAL FIRE is, the strike team. And they got crew buses all around in there. The road up to Morton Peak. There's some right there's about, I think there's 3 of them sitting. I don't know if you can see those green big trucks up in front of us. Those are forestry crew buses. They've got them all the way up. Just about every turnout's got an engine or 5 sitting there. It's kind of just a weight game. And they don't have any air support, so it's a shit sandwich. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the top of the ridge. You may start seeing fire about the center of the picture, maybe a little higher, 12 o'clock, higher up in the center of the picture. I can see through the haze a little bit now that it's starting to build that big fire back up. I'm gonna block that channel. I had enough of that. I want to hear that channel, but not that. It sounds like intermod is when you key up and somebody else keys up. He may be triggering the other transmitter. When you have two transmitters going together, it sounds like that. It's called intermod or stepping on somebody. You know, when they're keyed and you're keyed. I think cops call it you're covering each other. You know, you're stepping on somebody. Let me look at the radar because they've asked for air support and there's nothing out there for them. The air boss is saying there's nothing there. Let me find my radar. Wait, there's something. I wonder if that's the guy that came in over the top of us. Where's he at? Yeah, they're working over by Morning Springs.
0.
That's Caltrans. They're doing a real good job of keeping the rocks in there. There's trees coming down and rocks. They call it rollout. There was a tree yesterday. I mean, a whole big oak tree or pine tree came crashing down right in front of me, blocked the whole upbound lane. It was a burned tree, but I guess it's just they burned the roots or the base enough where it snapped off and came down, and they moved in pretty quick and got it out of there. They call it rollout. The fire will set logs on fire, and what's crazy is the pine cones, those giant pine cones. What is it, ponderosa pines, or they have those giant. Anyway, you'll look up. It looks like somebody rolled a hand grenade because it'll come bouncing down the hill, but it'll be a flaming giant pine cone. It's crazy as hell to see it. And they'll come all the way down the road. You know, go bouncing across the road. And those pine cones are a foot and a half by about a foot. Who knows their pine cones? Yeah, it's really the Cabot Regional is going to be too far. Over here, it's just a hop over the hill right here to Seven Oaks Dam. They want to go to the quickest place, and actually they'll go to Grape. What do you call it? Grape Reservoir off Grape Street, and the Crafton Hills area is closer than the regional. So they'll go. I've seen them dip in Grape Street a lot. I'm hearing big heavy lift helicopter again. What the hell am I hearing? Yeah, I'm hearing that thump, 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 thump. The heavy lift guys. I knew it. There's somebody over us. Who is this? Okay, he just came over here. That is the Sikorsky. Somewhere up in that smoke is the Skytrain. We might be able to see him here. He came over from. Oh, wait a minute. Is this a live? Gotta be careful on the radar app because sometimes it'll go into an old loop. And you're looking at old, but I can hear him thumping. Trying to find him now. Lost him, I know it. There he is. He's somewhere right above the mouth of the canyon. Looks like he's going up canyon. And it looks like he just dipped. Did he just dip? Oh wait, am I looking at the right? Oh, I'm sorry, he's over there. Sorry, I got the wrong canyon. He's dipping in Seven Oaks, and he's going back up by Running Springs. My bad. I must be hearing an engine motor or something. I'm hearing like a rhythmic thump, thump, thump. He's filling down there at the back of the dam, and he's going back up the western northwest flank. Sorry about that. I'm trying to look at my little map here on my flight radar. Yeah, there's nothing working this side over here on 38. Since last night, or this morning, I believe. And I just saw a big flame. Did you see the flame up there? Can you see the... It was a big flame. Kind of center of the picture, a little bit high on that back ridge. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then now we can see Morton Peak. I'll show you Morton Peak, the lookout tower. You can see it now. The smoke is kind of cleared a little bit. If you look over here, you can see the smoke up there. Oh. That's Morton Peak up there. The tower's still there. Morton Peak still made it, huh? See Morton Peak, the lookout tower?
Yeah. So
look at it burned all around it.
You can't see it, but right behind this, there's actually a good fire front too.
Yeah, I saw the smoke. See over there?
Yeah.
That's the lowest I've seen smoke. You're saying there's active? Well, it's got to be active fire.
Right behind this pine tree, there's a good little.
Really?
Yeah, you should check it out.
I met Eddie at the Palmer fire. You remember when the Palmer fire, the Palmer Horse Ranch in Live Oak? Oh yeah, I see smoke over there now. Remember the Palmer fire when they brought in the 747, and it was getting ready to burn the what do you call it, the carriage horse place. That's where I met Eddie. I don't know if you can see the... Let me turn it around here. I think you might maybe see what he's talking about. It's starting to come down this side over here, where it hasn't been on this. See, there's the telephone pole. Okay, look back. See back there behind that telephone pole? It's coming down that little canyon right there. There's these little, I don't know, we call them knife canyons, knife ridges. And what's going to be bad, I think the homeless have already bailed. At the bottom over here in the creek bed is a lot of homeless camps along the power line road here. That's off in the brush over here. God, there must be 100 homeless live right in here. They'll probably get burned out. They'll probably have to. There's some flame up there now. Look to the right of the. See the flame up there? The homeless will probably. They probably got real smoky on them Saturday night. And that, if you look at the top of the peak, you see like a big pine tree, and there's a. That's the lookout tower to the left. It's a pine tree. It would be top of that ridge, about center of the picture. I don't know if you can see the structure up there. That's the lookout, Morton Peak lookout, and a pine tree next to it. Big tall pine tree. And that normally would be, I believe it would normally be manned, fire season. Keller Peak is manned. There's Keller Peak, Strawberry Peak. Here, I think Twin Forks has a lookout. It's a nice place. I probably shouldn't say. I better not say. I was going to tell you there's a good place to go look out for. Good place to hang out for. I better not say. I can't say that. People will kill me. I can let go some secrets, but I can't. Butler Peak is one. Yeah, Butler Peak. Butler Peak, and is there anything to the east? Oh, Glen got a lookout? I don't think I've ever seen a lookout. And the checkpoint here is, they're not letting residents up. It's a mandatory evac. They're not letting anybody up. The checkpoint here is behind me at the ranger station, and it's up at Lake Williams, up there, Sugarloaf. It's up there. 3:30 is going to be closed for a while because it burned about 8 miles of guardrail up there where the fire jumped the road. What was that, Saturday afternoon? So say it takes a week to get the fire out, it'll take them probably 3 or 4 weeks to, because they got all the posts got burned and all the signs got melted. It'll take on. They got to redig those posts and then put the guardrail up, and then put all those signs back up. That will probably take, I would think, 2 or 3 weeks at least. 8 miles of it. You can't pin them down on how long because they really don't know either. They're just kind of, oh crap, They got a lot of work to do. Let me check on my upload. I've got a video from earlier when I drove up the canyon that I was uploading, but it's really slow right here. %. I was hoping to get that uploaded, then I could go up at 50%. Now it's starting. That's on my AT&T phone. The other one's the Verizon phone. What am I going to say here? To read that's the tower. I thought Forest will read the weather. Yeah, 4 o'clock usually when they do it. 4:30. They'll broadcast the weather for all the firefighters can hear it.
Tuesday 814 initial altitude is 4,300 and beacon code 4635. 814, read back correct. 107 was sent me on Thank you, Garcia. When we do for next day, I go home.
That's
Here we go. On 107.
Tanker 107. I think he's leaving. He's taking off. They have a tanker base at used to be Norton Air Force Base there in San Bernardino on 3rd Street. It turned into an international airport when they closed Norton. God, they closed Norton like 98, 95. And the U.S. Forest Service moved in there a tanker base. They can fuel, they can get FOS check. I don't know if they can work on there. I don't think they have hangars there. But the San Bernardino Airport does. They do a lot of hangar, the maintenance for and a lot of them are being scrapped. It's a real active base now, our airport. Amazon and FedEx have airheads in there and ups. It's I would say it's busier than it was when I was working there in the military. They've got so much cargo airhead. That's what we did. We were MAC, Military Airlift Command. They've got 1 million square foot airheads there. So when you click Amazon, you're keeping those guys employed. Let me post this link in. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any flame up there. The flame, when I first got here, it was huge. It was something to look at. Now it's just kind of smoke rolling out of there. Crazy over here. The wind is kind of kicking up too. We may be getting trying to see if there's a wind shift going on. The smoke appears to be drifting east. It's not. It's a pretty. See how the smoke's going almost sideways? That's strong wind when it goes sideways like that. And it'll whip the fire up. See how it's whipping it up? And when it gets black like that, it's chewing through some pretty good fuel. That's just to the left, or that's just below Morton Peak. Morton Lookout Tower, I mean.
Runway 24, Tanker 107 left.
Wait a minute. I can't see the comments when I turn it. I just posted a link to this YouTube video. Wait, I lost the comments. Where'd the comments go? You're welcome. I'm trying to. I got ash on my phone. I can't see them. Bradley? Oh, okay. You're welcome, Bradley. It's starting to get into some fuel up there. This face right below it, right in front of us here, the lower part is burned. God, the homeless have set that on fire 30, 40 times in the past few years. This lower section is pretty much burned off, except for that yellow grass, that yellow, they call it flashy fuels. But up higher, there's a timber up there. Angeles National Forest, those guys are from Angeles. More A&F guys coming down. Angeles National Forest is over there by San Dimas, Glendora. It's going to be tonight. It's getting dark. What is it?
Recon west of Big Bear and the San Antonio. Very smoky in the Big Bear area. Very limited visibility. San Antonio you see pretty good, and nothing showing.
That smoke's blowing. Big Bear's probably eating it in Forest Falls. It's blowing kind of east, northeast. So you don't want to be in Big Bear tonight. Big Bear or Sugarloaf or Mount Home Village, Angeles Oaks. Angeles Oaks was.
Go ahead. 5222. I'd also like you to recon the San Jacinto district, please.
In Redlands, where I live, it's only been one night of bad smoke. It was Saturday night. It got really bad, even with the air conditioner on, and I got a pretty well sealed up house, but about 2 o'clock I woke up, and I had the stuffy nose and the headache, and I was almost bailed.
Recon the San Jacinto district.
That was the worst night for smoke for us, Redlands. And we're due south of where it started. We're about 5-6 miles due south, 8 miles.
2-4 clear, 2 land.
Board, 210.
I hear something big coming. Yes, I thought I heard some A&F guys. They might have come down for some water or supplies. They might have pulled in here, or they may be coming up. Newbies. Wait, let me turn the camera. I can't see the.
5, there's drone activity over downtown San Bernardino at or below 400 AGL.
See if I can get my comments back. The Big Bear is under evacuation water. Where am I at? I'm at Highway 38. I'm just above the Ranger Station. East Mentone, Western Yucaipa. I'm looking up Canyon. There's the fire's where all that smoke is. There's a big fire back in that. And then over here is Morton Peak's up there, the Morton Lookout Tower. There goes Eddie from Beaumont News. Eddie won an Emmy. He said, I haven't seen him. I've talked to him on social media, but I haven't seen him. Yeah, it's burning this way now. It's this over here is coming down this ridge. This slope over here is coming down here. I see smoke really low over by like Newport, which is to my hard left, my 9 o'clock. Then if you look up in the canyon right there, where all that smoke is, that's the biggest flame and header going up. I think for some reason it kind of slowed down. When I got here, it was this huge flame. Okay, you can see a little bit of flame there squirting up. Let me see what it kind of died down.
Okay, I'll have that way.
But it's been chewing up that canyon over there. Somebody said that was Mountain Home Village Creek Canyon over there, the drainage. It hasn't burned since I've lived here in 45 years. I know that we bear hunt back in there.
A base just popped up when you were saying our tech instructions. Sorry about that.
And that hasn't burned since I can't remember that burning. This on this left here, this yellow grass, this lower slope, that's burned. God, probably 20 times in the past 5 years. The homeless are all camped over there in the creek bed. They burn this usually 4 or 5 times a year. They're cooking fire. Oh, they're cooking fire and they're get rid of that channel. The camera's bouncing because I got it zoomed. Yeah, let me know if that bounce is getting bad. I got a diesel, so it shakes a little bit, and then I've got I got it zoomed, which makes it worse. But if you kind of see center of the shot, that back ridge was what was on fire. But it's also down low, and it's gone to the right. It's gone. If you know where Killcare Road is, where you turn to go to Loch Levin, it's kind of hooked around Loch Levin. It's further east than that. There's a finger making a run up north of Block 11. It's aiming for Angeles Oaks. That's why they're evacuated up there. If that gets into the drainage over there, that's not good. It can roar straight up to Angeles Oaks. Because I don't think that drainage there is burned. No, that isn't burned. The El Dorado fire tried to get into there, and they stopped it. It crossed Highway 38 up here, the fire, and they stopped it within like a quarter mile. Hi, how you doing? What do we got to get up? What do you say up? New TGI. John's? What's a John? Peter Law in Oakland. Okay. Hey, okay, I know it. Now I know what it is. What's a John? Lawn or John? Oh, drone. I know what you're saying. I've got a Maverick. I've got a pretty new Maverick IR drone, the real spendy one. I need to get up here and fly up more. I want to go film Hart Bar where the storm blew out Hart Bar up there. The big canyon that's carved back in there now. Now let you see over here again. This is Morton Peak's up there at top. It's coming down this slope, the south slope here from Morton Peak, Morton Lookout Tower. And then if you go, I don't know if you can see it hard left. I don't think you can see it. If we go hard left, by 9 o'clock, there's smoke getting down. It's almost at the bottom now. It's getting all the way down into the flats here. There's like a bench over here off Newport Road where the homes are. It's getting down near that. They had a dozer. They had a couple dozers in there yesterday, day before, cutting, refreshing the fire lines, the fire cut. What do you call them? The dozer cuts. That was a couple days ago. But when I was over there yesterday, there was crew buses in there working, doing brush clearance and kind of watching, patrolling, looking. I wish I could take you up Canyon because you could really see when you get up here by Lock 11. Are the houses behind? I believe they are. There's a new $1 million home Mountain Gate development behind me here at the intersection of Bryant. I believe they're evacuated over here. I think into part of Yucaipa right here. Yucaipa starts on my right. On the left is county, unincorporated, and also Mentone. Actually, Redlands is the next, a little lake. A finger up here. Yeah, mine's got the controller, Pete. It's got the... Yeah, I hate using a phone. I've got the controller with the joysticks. Looks like a game controller. Shoot, that thing's expensive. That thing's like $500 itself. It's got a IR, and it's got... What else has it got? It's almost... I guess you could call it a professional drone, or the other ones. My DJI, I have one of the first DJIs. It was more of a hobbyist deal. This, I got it for searching for lost dogs and people. The IR camera is really helpful at night. What? Foxfield down to 1,300 gallons. Yikes! That's who's supplying us with tankers. Look at more. Just give you an idea how much the planes have been flying today. Wow. Yeah, I can't recall a fuel. Prayers. Thank you, Milo. That's getting scary. They can't fly without fuel. I'm sure they can do emergency records. I'm hearing big thumping again. What am I hearing? Go steal the fuel. In the military, they would just say, "Go get fuel," and we always had siphons, hoses, and we could do what they call it, commandeering. The word was commandeer, and we would. The slang was glom. Glom meant you went and stole something, but you didn't want to say it that way. You wanted to say that you liberated it. It needed stealing. That's what my boss would say. It needed stealing. And just don't get caught. But it was pretty much, we had orders too. Our orders, we had kind of special orders from the Joint Chiefs. We could go rent cars or a boat. Or what else was it? They were from the Joint Chiefs. They were like, but you could only do it in an emergency. You couldn't go screw around. And we used them sometimes. We could buy scuba air for our tanks if we got caught short. We had government credit cards, but we also had orders to basically take it. You know, in a situation, you were allowed to take it, commandeer it. I believe it was all legal. Goes back to the 1700s, 1800s. You can't force them to house you, but you can, I believe, take their. Of course, that's what they hated the British for. The British would come take their supplies. I don't know if they can still do that. The military has changed so much. I don't know. They probably have taken that away. They were called. I'm trying to remember what our. We could get on any plane. We could take a plane. We could. What was it? They were called. Not -9. There was a certain kind of order. There was a piece of paper that said, from the Joint Chiefs, that said. This person is authorized to commandeer whatever. Now you can see that flame. It's kicking up a little. Where you can see it. See center. I don't know if you can see that. The phone's shaking too when I zoom. Can you see that flame? Kind of lower center now. That's getting down close to the highway. It shot up for a little bit, then it went back down. Yeah, Morton Peak. Well, let me double check because I just looked at it, make sure it's surrounded, but yeah, Morton Peak is still standing in the tower, and that big pine tree is still up there. How bad do you think this will get? Yeah, you can't from Lynette. Hey, Lynette, you can't really ask questions like that because there's a potential for almost anything. You're welcome. I'm trying to. My comments come on and they fade. Six Simpson. So if I don't read them real quick, they appear and then they just slowly fade back into nothing, and I got to retouch the screen. Here comes a brush engine, and that's a cow. PDF, I think that's a local guy. Probably some more contract firefighters. Let me go back over here. And I'll show you Morton Peak. Morton Peak's, the lookout's up there. See that smoke? Morton Peak is up to the right of that white smoke. I don't know if you can see the two objects on top of that ridge. And it's getting down. Oh, I see another. There's a couple of fingers of fire coming down over here on my 9 o'clock that are coming into like the bench over here on Mentone. Mentone's kind of got a bench on that north side. There's about 10, 15 ranches over there. It's getting down close to them. Hold look and see if I can see. They had people over there last night, fire people, and I'm pretty sure they're over there today. Yeah, I can see it. Oh yeah, it's coming down in a couple spots. Yeah, it's game on over here. North Mentone, right here, and then up further, up by Kilcare Road, where everybody walks down into the creek, and up by Mount Home Village, Loch Levin. It kind of skirted around Loch Levin. It's aiming for Angeles Oaks, kind of an east-northeast thing. You're welcome. If I watch VP, no, he said he was coming down this way. He said he was going to start, and I haven't seen it. I've been out of cell range for a lot. That's why I came down here, was to go live so you can see what's going on up in this canyon. Let's see if I can get a little. See, when I zoom it, it starts bouncing. I don't know if you can see that fire. Thomas Hunting Grounds. Yeah, I would say that's where that big black column of smoke was this morning. It's coming up out of Thomas Hunting Grounds. Hey, don't pin me in, guy. That looks like
left base for
he's media, whoever he is. He's got a media plaque.
107 is clear to land, runway 24, thank you.
Get him to turn his lights off. Kill the lights. I hate this. Guy did it last night. Pulled right up behind me with his brights on. Just blinding me. I was like, come on, if you're gonna. DC-10. Yeah, he just called heavy at the airport. That's at DC-10, huh? Yeah, when they're so big, they gotta identify with a heavy at the end because of wake turbulence. I've seen the DC-10 over here, and there goes a couple chippies. Or that's an Ontario or orange. God. He won't turn his lights off. He just turned the front of the car. It's like, just turn your goddamn lights off. Or I could turn mine on. I'll put my off-road lights on. We'll win this light war. Oh, there's a fire in Tribuca. Yeah, the radar should show the. I should turn my off-road light bar on. Use of common sense. Especially when somebody honks and waves and points, just cut the lights off. Especially these newer vehicles, man. These newer vehicles, man, they got some strong-ass lights. I get blinded sometimes. Those blue tinted kind of ones, they say they're legal, but man, sometimes it's like it blinds you. I wanted to tint my windshield, but it's illegal to tint your windshield. They've got that little thing to measure the tint. They can tell just looking at it. And, I know some guys have got tickets for it, fix-it tickets. I guess they can take it off. They don't have to take the whole windshield, right? They can take. I guess they can go anywhere some stripper and. I sound like John Goodman. John Goodman's actually from St. Louis. He's from Dave Busey there, the camera guy from Channel 7, went to school with him. My friend Dave, he went, McCullough? What's the name of that? It's like a private school. He went to, where I think he went into acting when he was younger. Santiago Peak. Yeah, Goodman, came out. They have a little, they get together, it's Goodman, what's that guy that did the ad series? Finally he leaves. It's like, God, I get you got to do your upload, but just turn the damn lights off. Is Busey Goodman, the tall, dark-haired guy. Ed, it was a series, a TV series about ad guys. John Hamm. It's John Hamm, Goodman, Dave. They kind of have whenever the Cardinals come out here, because we're all Cardinal fans. They get together and go to a Cardinal game. It's all the alumni from that high school, Burroughs. We never played him in hockey. Dave was a little older than me. He's 4 years older than me. So I played as a sophomore. Actually, I played as a freshman. Hockey. I didn't. Dave was like, I just missed playing against him. He graduated as I started playing. So yeah, there's quite a few. Red Foxes from North St. Louis. Who else is Joe Garagiola from the South Hill, the South Side. Who else is famous from St. Louis? There's a few. Somebody's going to Santiago. Oh, it's headed right for Santiago Peak. Yeah, I used to climb towers in Santiago. Yeah, that's right, Tribuca's right next to, it's called the Airport Fire. Thanks. Somebody said I look like, I think it's Lynette said with the beard, I look like Kenny Rogers. Is Kenny Rogers still alive? He's still alive, right? I'm trying to remember. I haven't seen him in a while. See if I can study this up and I'll let you see. Morton Peak's up at the top. Yeah, I think Kenny Rogers passed. That's slowly backing down the slope here. The wind's blowing kind of east, upslope. The wind shift hasn't happened yet. What's the bridge fire now? That's a beautiful country back in there too. I'm assuming it's back by the bridge to nowhere. Wow, 2020. Yeah, I thought he passed. When I was skinnier, people mistook me for what's that guy? When I was younger, a little skinnier. Yeah, that's right, James Earl Jones. I mean, that's a huge loss. No, I think it's already burned around, Morton. They would try and save that. It's like our comm sites. They try and save the comm sites because they got, radios in there. I would think they would save more because it's a lookout tower for fire. And they could even have a crew up there defending it. I don't know if they would do that. It'd be kind of, I don't know, kind of risky maybe to get up there and try and defend that. Usually they defend it with airdrops. They would defend our comm sites with airdrops usually. We did lose a comm site. LA County lost it. I remember we were watching it on TV, and we thought the cavalry was coming because it was our comm site. We were at the shop. And as it started closing in, we're like, they know it's gonna burn, right? So somebody picked up the phone and called fire headquarters at Eastern and said, hey, you guys know this thing's about to burn, right? And it was kind of a oh crap moment. I guess they just missed it. And the site burned. I want to say it was Oak Mountain. It was kind of up on the north LA County, almost Antelope Valley. But it was a huge site. And it burned. And yeah, it was a holy crap moment. My boss and a couple other guys spent like 3 days just getting the radios back online because it was a huge chunk of the. It was a important repeater site. Yeah, LA County does not want to talk about that. There's usually transfer equipment, alternative location. What's steel for? Not sure. Oh, when I was talking about appropriating or glomming, the military term was glomming. Glom was to go get something. Steal something, but you weren't saying steal. You put the glom on it. 5-finger discount. And if you were any good, you had a supply guy. That was the other thievery we did. There's some flame over there now by Morton. We had a supply guy that was the biggest crook, biggest thief. But that's what you want. You want a guy that can get stuff. Remember in there goes a Idlewild fire right there. It looks like a squad, a rescue squad. Remember the movie Kelly's Heroes? Remember Don Rickles? He was the was it Rickles or the other guy? He was the supply guy. Remember Clint Eastwood went to him to get stuff that he wasn't supposed to have. What was his name? He was Crapshoot. That was his name in the movie. Don Rickles. That's the kind of supply guy you want. They'll hook or crook it. They'll get it one way or the other. And they're usually what they call them in the old days, sneak thieves. He's like a sneak thief. If he can't get it legally, he'll sneak it. He'll steal it. A regular radar rally. Never seen so many catastrophic fires going on in California. Oh, we've had worse fire seasons, I think. Please keep it in the west side of the mountains. Oh. Lucky. Can you see the black header that's going up now? 82nd Airborne. We got a paratrooper on here. 6 Simpson. You paratrooper? We used to. Yeah, that's all old. He said we used to bear hunt up in there. Over there where it's trying to get up by Sky Forest, we used to bear hunt over there. That's straight up. I mean, that's bears like steep and deep. When they like that. It's hard to chase them or when you got hounds on them. Oh yeah. You know what Air Force CCT is? We used to guide you guys in. We used to work the drop zones. I was a comm guy with CCT. We would guide the Rangers and the 82nd. Sicily, you probably know Sicily drop zone, Nijmegen. Oh, what's the other ones? In we called it No Hope Hope, but you guys knew it as Fort Bragg. They say the Rangers lead the way. Well, that's not technically right. It's actually usually combat controllers on the ground leading them in. And that thing's starting to blow up. See that? Where I've been looking there? That thing's getting angry again. It's starting to boil up again. Usually when it hits a lot of fuel, a lot of timber, like somebody was saying, that's old growth in there. When it hits that old growth, it really starts blowing up. Now we got new smoke. See, we were seeing the smoke over here. Look kind of center of the picture. There's smoke rolling out of there now. That's below Morton Peak is up left center of the picture. The two structures. And then that's down below. That's the south of the Morton Lookout. That's kind of southeast of the peak. And then this is that canyon back. They say it's Mountain Home Village Canyon. That's the big issue back in there. That's what's coming down by Kilcare Road. Part of that. There's a finger making a run down lower toward where Loch Levin is. Working the bridge fire. No threat that well, hold on. That stuff's coming down. Green spots across the highway. The closest is this fire right here on my left, my 9 o'clock. It's coming down to the bench. If you know where Newport Road is, this is coming down. It's probably from Newport, probably 3/8 of a mile. Let's see, where's Newport at? There's Newport. Yeah, it's getting close to Newport. It's getting closer to Green Spot. But Green Spot's across the highway, and they got all those homes there. They would pull a ton of engines. If they got the engines, they would pull a ton of people in to try and keep it off those houses. Well, thank you for your service, Airborne. You guys always called us Hollywood because we had long hair and mustaches. And sometimes we didn't, if we were in the field, we didn't shave. We got pretty raggedy looking. And the Army Ranger guys would go crazy. They'd want to cut our hair. Hollywood, what else? I felt sorry for them because a lot of times we played in the mud with them, but sometimes we got put up in, we would get put up in a motel. And the poor Army guys would be laying in the mud all night, cold. And,
Brad 10, air attack on command.
Any turn ground command?
he was going to talk, but he stopped. But we would come in from the motel, all clean shit, you know, had a shower, and we had a cable TV and some good food. And the poor Army guys would be laying in the mud, you know, miserable. And they'd say, you know, they would tell us how rough it was and how cold it was, and we'd say, yeah, it was hell in the hotel. And they'd say, what? How can it be hard? We'd say, well, the ice machine broke.
I had you loud and clear. Not sure what you were picking me up.
I'll be placing a request for some aircraft to support Division Hotel. We've got some fire starting to heat up, and I got some troops trying to make their way out. Bucket support in contact with the Division Hotel. I'll get you the specific crew here in a minute.
That sounds like over by Running Springs. I'll tell you what, Bragg, in the winter when it was like 33, you know, sleeting, it's probably some of the coldest I've ever been. I've been in -10, and I wasn't as miserable as I was at Bragg with sideways sleet, and we couldn't, and you can't build a fire, you got to stay tactical, and you just lay out there and shiver all night. And guys would go hypothermic. Hypothermic, and then in the summer, it's so humid there. I remember a couple of our guys going down every time we did training there. There would be a couple of our guys go down the first day from the humidity, and these guys were PT studs. They were, you know, gym rats, but carrying around those heavy parachutes and all that gear. And usually the first day we'd lose a couple. Heat stroke, heat exhaustion. Yeah, Bragg, Some miserable cold nights there and cold sea rats. Oh. And if you drew the wrong sea rat, you had a lump of mystery meat in the can. You didn't know what it was. Or spam.
Attack command.
I can't eat spam because of that. Even if you heat it up. I'll let you, this is starting to get a little, that smoke right there is starting to get more interesting. It's kind of getting bigger. The one in the center. This is slowly backing down. I'll roll down the window here and I'll show you what I'm seeing over here. I'm going to go free-handed with the camera, so hold on. If I drop it, don't know why. But this is looking out at Mentone. The North Mentone, the bench over there. See that smoke? That's the lowest smoke I've seen. That's Mentone over. Well, that's what we call the bench there, that flat spot with all the ranches up there. That's coming down there. In fact, you can probably see some vehicles right there from that one ranch. There's like 3 or 4 fingers over there of fire that are backing down the mountain over there. The wind's still going upslope. When that wind shifts and it comes downslope, it's gonna push that fire down a lot more. I'll let you see what's back over. That's Mentone down there, Highway 38. God, look at the doves. Oh my God. It's still doves too. There must have been 50 doves. You see them? 50 doves. We used to hunt out here too. We used to dove hunt right here. Not anymore. With that new community, there's a bunch of doves just buzz into here. With that new Mound Gate community, somebody over there calls. I still hear guys out here shooting, and the sheriff shows up. No more, boys, and all the homeless. Yeah, there's so many homeless out there now that they don't like visitors. And they've rerouted that road. Last time I drove through there, the power line road, I thought I was on the road. Something didn't look right. There was a turn, and I thought, this don't look right. And as I kept going, I drove right into this guy's camp. And he had been going in so much, he rerouted the road. Yeah, there's some big ash coming down up here. When I was up at Mount Home Village, there was some ash the size of a quarter. Of course, I was underneath that plume. That big plume we're looking at straight in the center there, that big black, it was a big black one earlier. That was
Perform training on command.
That was putting up a lot of ash. Let you see this a little better. Yeah, it's probably better looking up.
What is working right now?
Yeah, it's going to take probably another couple hours. It'll be down to the highway. They got a ton of guys, rigs and firefighters up here. The only problem is they don't have any air support. That's what really sucks right now, is they don't have the air support. It'd be nice to, do a frost check line, just kind of keep it to the west, let it burn itself out. I haven't seen anybody backfiring over here. That's their other option. I don't know. I'm not a fireman, so I don't know, the best time to do that. I know they got little parameters. They like certain wind, certain direction, certain slope. Riverside County Chief, Battalion 12A. He's probably with a strike team. Strike team's usually 5 engines and a chief. A BC, we call them BCs, Battalion Chief. They'll be marked as ST, like 110, or ST 135A.
I will call you 2 Southwest, got Tango. What traffic particular? 912 heavy.
Got a heavy out there. There must be one of that tanker again. And is there any, if there's any firemen on here, I had a question. Can you, Hyma's craziness, green spot? Sleet running something in cotton, old cotton. Oh yeah. Running old cotton pants. Oh. BC. Is there on a can the forestry brush engines, are they a strike team? Can they do 5 engines and be a strike team? I usually see the red engines and the OES guys, you know, the lime ones are strike teams. Can the green forestry? But isn't a BC, Doug, isn't a BC a battalion chief? Isn't he a chief or not? He's not the high up chief, but that's the first chief in the, where there's BC and then assistant chief, then division chief. Well, I mean, read like LA County regular station. I know that when they put fire together, it's a strike team. Do the green ones, can they?
Look, traffic clear to lane 24, tanker 912.
Tanker 912. That's at DC 10, right? If they get the 5 of those green forestry brush engines, can they make that a strike team? I can't recall seeing a strike team of green forestry guys. Okay, now there's some flame. About the center of the picture, can you guys see that? Green engines are federal. But can they form up a strike team with 5 of those brush engines? Or are they just not part of the strike team deal? Are strike teams, I guess, local then is what I'm saying? Can the feds put together strike teams? Okay, now look at this. This would be called a brush team. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that's. I wasn't sure if they could do it. If you look center now, well, there's that fire there, but there's a huge fire back behind that. I don't know if you can see that. There's that little fire, but if you look behind it, I'm trying to get the screen to quit bouncing. Smoke jumpers. Airborne, you still on here? You got smoke jumpers. I wonder where they're going to put them in. By 8 o'clock? DC 10. Is he coming over here? I can't see my 8 o'clock. I'll get my radar going where I can see him. Airborne, you ever get into the trees? At Forestry's Federal, they have no structural protection limits. Airborne, if you're still on here, I remember one night they put some guys into the trees. Okay, there's something right there. What is that? Something's just going across left to right. That looks like a sky crane. Yeah, it's probably getting down by the road. They're getting serious. Or yeah, it's a sky crane. I don't know if he's dropping or going to get water or what. Sky crane just cut across up there. Where's my phone? Why did I phone? Village. Yeah, he may be doing over there by Killcare Road. I was talking about Killcare Road. That's where it appeared, that lower finger of large semis with boss check, huh? Forestry of brush bunnies. Hey, those smoke jumpers, that's crazy. You know, they're jumping into the trees, and there's nobody usually on the ground. I guess, because like up here, they can't throw smoke in the wilderness, so they're coming down with really no indication of wind and just watching the trees. I guess that's crazy.
Wind 240 and 10, gust 17. Right turn approved, 1244, proceed.
Something's taking off. They said wind.
Bravo Charlie to the base, tanker 9120.
Yeah, that tanker's landed. He said wind was 240 at 10. Yeah, you can see that fire kind of leaping up there.
Yeah, make it a camp contact. Location's going to be intake with a group that has a truckle barbecue, putting lots of smoke, I'm calling it. I'll be on my vehicle sitting up on it.
Trying to figure out where that sky crane go. Damn, he disappeared.
Undertaker, a 107 will be ready when reaching.
107, center tower, left turnout approved, wind 240 at 11, gust 17. Roaming 24, clear for takeoff.
You're 107 now, we're clear for takeoff runway 24, thank you.
And he's starting to sound like me. Raspy voice. Tanker 107, he's taking off. I'm looking to see where that. Anybody see where that? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. I think that's him. What the heck? Yeah, there he is. He went up by Angelo's Oaks. He's up there in that Mountain Home Creek drainage. That's where that big fire was. You see that flame right there? He's up in that drainage where that big black header was. He's up there. They're probably trying to... It should be getting closer to Angelo's Oaks, which is getting scary. They're probably trying to slow that down. Who's this guy? Aero Commander 690. He must be an air boss. There's another one. Who's this guy? Another sky crane. There's another sky crane. Looks like he's headed our way. Looks like they're bringing the sky cranes over here. One's up by Angelo's Oaks and one is right behind me. He's coming up to 38. And he looks like he came off. Where did he come off? He looks like he landed at Redlands, maybe? And now he's headed our way. Yeah, the air boss is over here now. Looks like, let's see where the air boss is going. Can't pick him up. Yeah, Sky Crane's gonna go right over me. He's coming up right behind me. He's gonna come up the mountain and canyon here. The other one looks like he did a drop up by Angelo's Oaks. Oh, let's see where he's at. Actually, he's up on what's that road that goes what is that? Thomas Hunting Ground Road up there? Yeah, Thomas Hunting Grounds. He's up there. He's coming back though now. There goes the sky crane. See him? don't know if you can see him up there. There's the sky crane. He's going up canyon, probably to where that other one was just dropping. They're trying to get some. He's up Thomas Hunting Ground. They were calling for air support here about an hour ago, and they said they didn't have a. They must have sprung these guys loose from by running springs. They've been.
Traffic, helicopter 4 Hotel, 2.5 miles to the northeast, 3,500, switching.
Airbus, that's going to be the sheriff. It looks like that guy's headed up to Angeles Oaks too. Oh, is that that? That looks like that might be that golden eagle. See that big bird? There's a golden eagle that hunts down here. I don't know if you can see him. I mean, that's a big ass bird, whatever that is. That ain't no crow. There's a golden eagle, a brown eagle. I don't know if you can see him there when he turns. I've only seen him a couple times. There's a couple of friends of mine. They've got good pictures of him over here. Usually they're a lot bigger than a hawk. They like the rocks. They're usually up in the rocks, up high. But I see him down here hunting right on the flat. When I saw him, he was just circling. Buddy got video or film of him. I think he grabbed a rabbit. Let you look at Morton Peak. That's that new plume back in there. Center of the shot there that popped up about 20 minutes ago. Morton Lookout Tower is up top there, kind of center of the picture, that pine tree. And then this on the left, it's slowly backing down this ridge here, this slope. It's been backing down there for a long time. What they're worried about is kind of back up behind, even behind that smoke. There's another canyon you can't see. Earlier today, if you saw the big black header going up from over here, that was where it was coming from, back over there on the other side of that ridge. And I can't believe some of the pictures I've seen of the, what they call them, pyrocumulus, the clouds, you know, when the fire makes its own weather and blows up the big thunderhead looking thing. I've seen a couple pictures that were just like further away from here. We get a better picture or better view idea how big it is. And I guess, well, it should be on the news now at 5 o'clock. If they were doing the news guys, they're all around behind me. They're KESQ in front of me is Palm Springs. Eddie Neary from Beaumont News Service, he's up there. They did their, what do you call it? The DC-10's working the bridge fire, huh? The news should have had something on at 5 o'clock, maybe even 4:30. Nope. There's whatever that bird is. I'm not sure what that is. That looked like a hawk there. It looked like an eagle. Wait, I missed somebody said something. Hope we beats out before Big Bear. Yeah, they don't want us panicking.
Yeah, location's going to be intake. It's about a quarter mile, maybe a mile past the regular station on the left-hand side.
Oh, they're gonna do the nightly brief at the command post, the fire camp. Yeah, they usually do an evening brief. One time I was at a fire camp and they said Arnold's here. It was when Arnold was the Gropinator was governor. So I wanted to go over and see him, maybe meet him. And I kept looking for him. There's a big crowd of firefighters, and he's in the crowd. I thought he was tall, so I'm looking for tall Arnold. And finally, my buddy says, "No, he's short." And I go, "What do you mean?" He said, "No, he's not 6 foot hardly." So then he goes, "Look for the orange hair." So I look for orange hair, and then I picked him out. I always, it's kind of like you get that image of them in the movies, or that they're, 6.5, 7 foot tall, and then they're 5'10", 5'11". I remember he's a kid. No, who was the guy who sold the muscle powder in the magazines? Mr. Alice. What was that guy's name? I remember buying that. When you're 12 years old, 14 years old, you want to have big biceps, so you buy that powder out of the back of like Sports and Field or Sports Illustrated magazine. They sold like coffee cans full of this magic powder that would make your arms grow huge. And you did it for a couple times, and Mom says, "Your arms ain't growing at all. Quit buying that stuff." Jack LaLanne was the guy on the... Who was the guy he was like before Arnold? They called him Mr. Alice. Now there you can see this is closer, lower. The big stuff's coming up behind that ridge. That's up kind of, no, it was before Ferrigno. This is when I was a kid. This would have been the 60s. They called him Mr. Alice, and he showed him holding up the world. He was a pretty big dude too. I can't think of his name. He was like the original muscle guy that started all that. I think Arnold would, that's how Arnold saw it, and then he started pumping iron, and everybody was, trying to get huge like him. Everything, that was his commercial was it. If you're on the beach, somebody kicks sand on you, you want to be the muscle guy, you want to get big where they won't kick sand on you. So you order that powder, and I thought it would work in a couple of days. I think it was all a gimmick. And I didn't make much money as a kid. If you Google 1960s, I can do it here, 1960s bodybuilding champion, you should be in there.
So we'll be here about 5 minutes.
How about Dave Draper? I don't remember him. Not Dave Draper. Not Larry Scott. Yeah, there was a bunch of them I never heard of. Black dude named Sergio Oliva? Those ain't the ones I'm thinking of. Maybe there was somebody...
So when 230 at 11, Gus 16, runway 24, group takeoff.
I don't even see my guy. Maybe he was just an ad guy. Let's look at the 70s. There's Arnold. Ferrigno, Menzer, Colombo. This was the 60s. This was before them. I don't even remember these guys. Well, here we look up Mr. Atlas. That's what they called him. Watch it be totally rigged. He wasn't even a Charles Atlas. That was his name. The man who made bodybuilding popular. The world's most perfectly developed man, Charles Atlas. Yeah, he was pretty amazing looking. That's why they used him in the ads. Drink our powder and you'll become Charles Atlas. I thought he had a different name. Now there's a crow for size to judge that other bird. That must have been a hawk then. He looked like. I'll give you a look at Morton Peak over there. This fire to my left, my 9 o'clock, it looks like it's getting bigger. It's down almost to the valley floor. It's getting right down by the homes over there. I'll let you see it. There's more smoke. There's more smoke. They call it smirk. There was like 3 fingers. See that? It's more smoke.
Yeah, medevac helicopter 76 Foxtrot, Lima, 10 miles off to your west, information Tango, inbound landing, local wind, Andover, 6 Foxtrot, Lima.
Resident number altimeter 281.
2981, thanks to the winds, we're landing at an overhead for 6 Foxtrot, Lima.
There's fire. Look at the comments. Yeah, Atlas was the guy. Miramar wins the prize. There's fire up. You'll see fire and then it'll disappear. Oh, Angela soaked. Is it really? Damn. They saved it during the El Dorado fire. But yeah, this is coming at it from a different direction, and it's a lot of old growth back in there. There's a new plume. Let's look at that.
Left traffic, runway 24, use caution, take the 103 departed a few minutes ago. Usually should be opposite direction to you.
That's on the back of the back ridge.
210.
Yeah, this over. I'm gonna look at this. This over on my 9 o'clock. This Mentone, Newport Avenue over here. This is getting a little bit crazy. Oh yeah, that's coming. I can see the fire over there, and I see fire rigs over there. Yeah, it's right above the houses now. It's maybe a quarter mile up from the houses, and there is a crap ton of doves sitting on that power line. It's dove season until the 15th. What is it? The 9th? Yeah, it's still dove season. And doves know it too. Did you guys see when I turned it toward Mentone, the Newport Avenue? Up there. If I zoom in real tight, the camera jiggles. I got a diesel, and the diesel got a little bit of shimmy to it.
But 0 is 3 miles.
Yeah, the smoke's blowing.
Runway 24, take 210.
782B number 2, the runway you're calling, taker 210, about 2 miles south of the
7-8, I'll make the right turn and follow him.
Tanker 210. Tower's talking to him. What was it? Somebody was saying, yeah, the smoke is blowing. It's still blowing, looks like northeast. So yeah, it's going to be, excuse me, Big Bear and
10, 7, 5 minutes.
Was that
Those
the
are turn
250 from her?
it's not real bad right here, the smoke. It was actually worse in Redlands when I came up. It seemed like, last night I smelled a little bit of smoke. Not much. Saturday night was the worst. But coming up here, it was kind of smoky in Redlands. Right here, I think it's because the wind's blowing northeast now. It's blowing away from us. It was actually blue sky when I went up to Forest Falls. It was blue sky. I haven't seen blue sky in 3-4 days. Evacuation order.
Control 3604, you can plug this in.
Is it airport fire? Elsinore, yeah, that it sucks if you're downwind. It's a giant shit sandwich. I almost bailed Saturday. There's his reporter, Eddie. I thought he had a bigger guy. That guy's he's not a big guy. He's a little guy. That's Eddie Neary from Beaumont News Service. He's working for KESQ now, Palm Springs. He actually said he won an Emmy for the, if you remember the storm coverage. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I didn't realize it was his coverage. There's a Lake County fire there. That guy looks like a swamp. Oh, that's that SAT truck. Yeah, that must have been, usually when they have satellite trucks like that, those are national feed guys. International feed. Got that old C-band satellite, that giant, God, what is that, 8-foot around dish? Like the old home, they had the giant dish in front of the house. Yeah, it's starting to suck on where to go to get. I was in Montana and it was like Idaho was burning, and western Montana, and a couple of places I couldn't go to because I wanted to go to the bison range one day and I couldn't go. It was just black, and I was getting ready to go back to Montana this week, and it's gotten really bad up there where I want to be. So I thought I'd stay here, and then this broke out. Okay, somebody was one. There's some flame there. Occasionally, occasionally it'll flame up here where you can see flame. That's Morton Lookout Peak Tower up there. Did I like Montana? Yeah, I love Montana. That's where I'm moving to. Nobody's selling homes up there. I looked and looked for about 2 months, and the only one I found that was interesting, the guy didn't permit the septic tank. So they said if the state or the county came in and called me on it, I had to put it out of the septic tank all over again. Are you going to Butte? Yeah, hopefully that. Even the eastern side was, it was a bad fire year. I didn't realize they were that bad. I'm talking to some of the pilots, the air attack guys, and I didn't realize they got that dry and that many fires. I know the Idaho did. I've always watched the Idaho fires, but Montana is just as bad. Like, I was hoping the rain would come in there and knock it down, where that could go up this week. But I may have to put off the trip for a couple weeks. There's one right where I want to go, Stevensville. They call it it's by Stevensville, by Hamilton. You know where they filmed the Yellowstone Derby, the Yellowstone series? A little north of there, Stevensville. I'm trying to think of the name of the fire. It's to the west of there. But it's got that whole Bitterroot Valley just covered in smoke. I can't, I'm not going to speculate on how many days or who's going to get evacuated. They got the flame. You can see that flame right there, kind of center now. There's a big flame ripping up that. When I got here, that whole back ridge was on fire. Where you can see like, that's kind of like a big flare up there. It died down. It was going crazy when I got here. It died down. Now it's starting to kick back up. The wind is still about the same. It looks like it's blowing northeast. It's kind of horizontal wind too. The smoke's going horizontal kind of over here. Yeah, I don't want to, because you can't. The firemen, you know, the firefighters, they don't know. It all depends on the wind. The weather's going to flip. What is today? Monday. The weather's going to flip Tuesday night. It's going to get cooler, but that's going to bring wind. The low front's coming in. Maybe some rain, a little cooler, but that's going to bring the erratic wind. So it's you can't predict with Mother Nature. She can flip around and do the exact opposite. They always say it has the potential, kind of like lawyer language. It has the potential to do just about anything. Lawyer language, when they ask you in court, you say, "In my opinion," you know, or "it appears." You leave a wiggle room in case you're wrong. You know, it appeared to look like it.
Line fire. About a 5-minute ET to San Bernardino. 4 Hotel has the airspace of Telco.
You never want to say something definite. You can really tell a weasel, lawyer especially, yeah, allegedly, in my professional opinion, or I don't recall, but you can tell a weasel when they start using terms like that. They've been coached, or they're a lawyer. The one I always liked was
number 24. Yeah, understand you do have uniform. We're the field crossover there. Back one.
I went through ATC school in the military, and it was they had lawyer language. They said if the plane comes in and the guy asks you if the wheels are down, you don't say, "Yeah, your wheels are down," because then if it crashes, it's on you. You say, "It appears your wheels are down." And the other one was, you'll hear it when they land, and you want them to turn off on a taxiway. You don't say turn right at this, because if they try and they crash, it's on you. So you say, "If able, turn right." So if he crashes, he wasn't able, that's not on you, it's on him, because he wasn't able. So it's all lawyer gibberish. Cover your ass. CYA lawyer talk. Get Big Bear. The only way to get out of Big Bear now is out the backside, out of 18. The backside down to Lucerne. That's the only way out of Big Bear, right? Because 18's closed, 330's closed, 38's closed. That would suck to be trapped down the hill or be trapped up the hill. And if you're a veteran from the snow, the winter, a lot of people, 18's the only way out. Oh, yeah, the gas. People that have lived up here, they either have friends or, I mean, some people can afford a motel. Damn, a decent motel's $100 a night now. You get into Best Western, it's, you know, 150. Either have some place to crash or friends, you know, couch surf, or hotels are expensive. A lot of times they get a big evacuation going, the hotels are all full. That looks like it's getting, yeah, Motel 6 is getting up. I can't think of the last. I stopped at one. I made a mistake somewhere up by, where was I? In Utah somewhere.
Today's we're on Roger, Roman 24, taking the on joint intersection number. Roger, Roman 24, and altitude, next day,
Yeah, I was tired, so I went. There was like a real old motel behind the. It was like a God, it was somewhere in Utah. I got gas at the Flying J or whatever it was, the cheap spot, and I thought I'm tired. I'm gonna go. And, how bad could it be, right? I thought it's an $89 special, and it's like a hotel from the '50s that they just keep painting, and so I get in there, and when I walk in, there's like two meth heads fighting in front of the door next to me. And I was like, I should leave. And they're screaming and hollering. And it's like 9 o'clock. I get in, the air conditioner, it's hot. Air conditioner, I look at the air conditioner, and there's a hole about the size of a football in the cover. So I turn it on, it comes on, but it's not cooling. No, I couldn't get it to come on. So I called the front desk. The guy comes, he starts wiggling the plug, on that wall. And I hear this, zzz, it's arcing, and I thought, man, I don't want to stay here. And I'm looking at the smoke detector, and I thought, oh, God, I used to carry my own smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector because of that. I know somebody that died, they were a guest, carbon monoxide. Call me Mr. Boy Scout, but I'm not dying because especially those old flea bag motels. I know it's law that they got to have it, but I ain't dying because some guy didn't want to spend $5 for a battery. But he got the air conditioner working, it came on, and I thought, well, and the crackheads went to bed, the meth heads went to bed, or whatever they did. That's getting a bigger, it's more white though. But up around the corner where you can't see, on the right there, there's another part of that canyon. That would be like the western part of this big burn. The eastern edge is heading up toward Angeles Oaks. Over there above Kilcare Road, above Mountain Home Village, that's where it's getting taken off to the northeast toward Angeles Oaks.
Tango uniforms current 1 is 24010 gust 16, altimeter 2981.
That tanker he's dropping Foscheck. Is he on the bridge fire? Is he where are they doing the drops at? I saw Glendora Ridge Road mentioned. You get free rooms on the My Vegas app, Paul. Yeah, sometimes you get comped. I do. I've been doing Howard.
Foxtrot Lima clear to the west. We'll go through exchange.
I used to do a lot more traveling, and I had
Tanker 912 Heavy, tanker base taxi for departure westbound. Charlie for tanker 912 Heavy.
We're at 10.2, we're at 10.2, just working position there for 10. Tanker 912 Heavy, air number 1 on, 124 taxi as well.
912 taxi now on Echo L.
getting busy. That tanker 912 is heading back out to sound like he said head west by the bridge fire. Can you see that flame? See that flame that's squirting up there, kind of center low? Whoops. mean, that's a big trees burning, but from here it looks small, but that's actually probably 70-foot flames over there. I don't know if you can see that. If I zoom in the camera, Jim.
107, 4 miles, my friend.
107, runway 24,
Runway 24, take her 107, thank you.
Take 107.
give way to the east descent off the left, 50 times 2
Well, his voice is going out. Tanker 107. High from the smoke. Looks like Eddie's picking up. He grabbed his tripod and yeah, it's gonna. I may come back up here. I may make a ride up to see if it's.
Continue to that.
I need to go eat supper and what else?
Communications, Bryant 10.
Yeah, it's Southern California. This would be Mentone. Hey, Josh. This is Mentone, Highway 38, the line fire. This is the eastern flank. Hi, Debbie. Yeah, it's me. I'm still here. I never did get a house yet in Montana, so I'm back here.
And I need to get all these people moved out.
For the winter. The winter gets bad up there, so I kind of ran out of time, and there couldn't find a house. There's not many houses for sale. Eddie's going up Canyon. This may be time to go up Canyon. Eddie just took off. It may be coming down, jumping the highway there. He's pretty dialed in on what's going on. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to kill the feed. I'm going to do a video going up. And if it's jumping the road up there, we'll get video of that. And then I got to go eat. So I can't film up there. Actually, I can film up till we get to, what do you call it? The picnic area. Thomas Hunting Grounds. And then I lose the signal. Actually, I'll lose it right before there. So hold on here and we'll go back up Canyon and see what this is doing. It's probably going to be a later show tonight, a couple hours, because I need to get out, eat some food and do some walking. What just passed me? Was that a chippy? Smokey Bear sign right there. Extreme fire danger. It's kind of, I meant to get a picture, but oh yeah, there's a big flame right there on the left. Yeah, it's slowly backing down the slope here on the left. Whoa, what am I shooting at? Okay, here we are. Let's see where to exit the camera. Let me cock it up a little higher so you can see the.
Charlie.
Let me do this too. There we go. Back it out a little bit. It is 6:14. Okay, thanks, Debbie. Here's a couple. There was two brush engines up here. Now I only see one. He may have gone. There's a road here. Yeah, he may have opened the gate and gone down. It's eventually going to be down here, probably in a couple hours or later tonight. That looks like, is that a water? No, that's a. I don't know. Well, that gate's locked. I thought they would open that up. There's a lot of homeless in here, and they burn this slope. The lower section, they burn this like 5 or 6 times a year. So it's pretty much no old growth in here on this bottom of the slope. It's maybe not even a year old, a lot of it. It's kind of that yellow cheatgrass stuff, which isn't really a lot of fuel. They call it flashy fuels, where it just... No, Green Spot Farms is not an immediate threat right now. Get up here. Let me turn this up where you can see more of. As we come, it's up around this first bend. I might not even be able to get up if it's down on the highway. I may have to stop. See, down here it's kind of a little bit of brush, but it's mostly rock and sheepgrass.